So, got a game here divisioned up with a couple of the guys from my clan. Mel and One-Eyed Pegleg. Um, we also had another guy, Meisterbrow, drop with us. He ended up on the other team. So we have a dual Hindi slash Khab division, and our clanmate on the other team is in a 20 km Torp Shima. Beginning of the game, I'm not gonna fast forward the initial positioning because the Kaba kind of hauls butt, and I'm just gonna ramble, talk about World of Warships, I guess. Really haven't been playing the Kaba a whole lot. I play it very little. Honestly, probably since it got nerfed several patches ago. They basically nerfed the torp range, which really changed the boat. I mean, it's the same boat, but I used to do a lot of damage with the torps. Basically just baiting people into chasing you and leaving a trail of torpedoes behind you. Some games I used to rack up 10 torp hits with the old torps. Like I said, I don't play the boat a lot anymore. Maybe once a week, twice a week. I do have several hundred games, maybe 800 games in the Kaba, maybe even more, I'm not even sure. I think it's my second highest played ship outside of the Shima, which I have almost 1,500 games in now, I think. So yeah, I've played this boat a lot. I feel pretty comfortable in it. Actually recently ran it in Clan Wars, which was kind of funny. We tried some interesting strategies, and the Kaba was part of that, so I volunteered to play the Kaba, as I usually run a DD in Clan Wars. So, yeah. This Grosavoy gets kind of caught out here, gets spotted, and able to do about 11k to him. So, that would be... that would ruin your day a couple of patches ago for sure, but he's probably going to be able to heal back a little bit of that, maybe a couple thousand points. As everyone knows, the Grosavoy now gets a heal. I see a Des Moines sitting bow into A, which means he's sitting broadside to me. I fire a couple salvos of HE. Switch over to AP. This is something, and I do this in a few other ships I'm really guilty of. I don't use AP enough. I don't know. Am I lazy? I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Here comes a bunch of, obviously I'm guessing these are Shima torps on a wide spread, which is about one of the most useless tactics and torp spreads you can use, but hey, whatever. I know my division, or my clanmate on the other team is running 20 km torps, which is something I never personally do. Matter of fact, I don't even know that I've ever used them. Maybe early on when I first got the Shima, but matter of fact, earlier today I was running the 8 km torps on it. I played one game earlier, and that's what I ran. I like the 8Ks. I also like the 12s. But the 20s, eh. The playstyle is just super uber passive for me. I find most of the guys that run the 20 kms don't cap, don't contest caps, barely spot, hide behind the fleet, and in some cases torp their own teammates. So yeah, I'll pass on that. I get in enough trouble with friendly fire. So I'm firing a little AP on the Otago, fired a little bit more AP on the Des Moines. At this point, my division mates have more or less moved up to C. I'm choosing to go help the guys down at A, and we'll see what we can do here. As anybody knows, oh, there's our division mate playing for the red team. See if we could put a little HE into him. And I get at least to reset the Khab. And there's my buddy from the beginning, the Grossoy. And as you can see, he's been able to get a fair amount of that health back. And there go 20 km Shimmatorps, which I'm going to avoid at all costs. I don't remember what I was thinking about doing here. But I surely wasn't planning on running into this Atago. I didn't expect him to push up like that. And I'm going to fire my torps here a little bit behind the prediction line. Do a nice citadel. And yeah, that doesn't really work out for me. You never really expect enemies to straight line like this guy is. People tend to turn out, slow down, turn in, whatever. Oh, sorry about that. So I tend to fire slightly behind it, unless I think. And I actually turned out after firing a couple shots at that guy, thinking I was going to have him, and I had to bring more guns to bear. If a ship is preoccupied with somebody else, I might put them right on the protection lines, assuming that they're just going to maintain their speed and course, and are not privy to the fact that I'm actually there. In this case, I would have expected that cruiser to do some kind of maneuvering and get a little fire on the ammo, do a little torp dodging. That other Shima, it's like the second time that his torps have kind of come into the vicinity of me. I don't believe he's torping me, I just believe he is spamming torps. And that's what 20 km Shimas tend to do, is just funnel torps out as often as they can from max range in the general direction of their enemy. And you can get some hits. I remember a game a few months back where this guy was like, he was just so frustrating to play with. He was sitting behind the BBs and he was torping forward of them, and at the end of the game the guy must have done quite a bit of damage because he was either top of the team or second of the team. I don't remember exactly, but he was one of those guys where like the whole game I was like, very, very frustrated. And at the end of the day, he did a fair amount of damage. I don't think he actually had too many kills, but a torp hit here and a torp hit there, they add up pretty quickly, especially when you're doing 20k per torp hit. And speaking of torps, more random 20 km torps. And another set. So, I don't honestly think my division mate is shooting at me. I do, however, believe he is putting them in the vicinity of my teammates behind me. There's a Zao and a Kurfürst, which are both heading away, which probably wouldn't be... I probably wouldn't torp ships going the opposite way. Very rarely do I do that. But you never know. With 20 kms, you have a lot of opportunity for people to turn in, turn out. Ooh, speaking of the devil. And my clan mate shows himself, unfortunately for him. Our first shot breaks his engine, and we are able to do a little chip damage to him. He decides to smoke up, and we're going to do our best to hammer him. We break some more stuff. Take a shot at the Yamato, and he goes dark on us. And somebody fired a shot at me. Probably that Go First or Des Moines, I'm not sure. And speaking of Shima Torps, my teammate is, he's actually been doing a pretty decent job at A. He was dispensing torps all over the enemy's path and really making life difficult for them at A. At the end of the day, they were able to take A, push into A, and basically take and hold it, but that doesn't mean our DD didn't actually do a pretty good job. Unfortunately, I believe he just went down. Yep. So, I'm going to push through the smoke now that I've seen most, if not all, of the torps. And it's kind of funny because early on I was laughing at his torps, saying your torps don't scare me. When we got into our initial gunfight, Meister Browse said your guns don't scare me, because he was able to scoot away on me. Yeah, but a Shima in a gunfight versus a Khab. Yeah, and he's pretty much straight lining, so he's really making it easy for me. And yeah, we get the kill. I don't really have to worry about torps because he had just launched them. I turn in anyways, probably more out of habit / instinct than anything. Gonna try to cap this. Now, we are taking back the A cap. They have the B cap and we have the C cap. So we're down about 250, 300 points right now. We're also a ship short. They have a Shimakaze, a Benson. I have my division mate in a Hindi, and we have a Kurfürst. Unfortunately, our Kurfürst has decided to, or is, I'm not really sure what part of this was his choice, but he's out there tangling with the Shimakaze on the 10 line. Yeah. And my division mate is heading back towards C. And I'm going to, now that I've capped A, I'm going to start pushing B. We need to make up some points. Realistically, we probably need to cap B and then possibly kill 1 or 2 of their ships to get the lead back. This game is only got 7 minutes left, so we'll see where I am by the time I get to B. The Khab is an extremely fast ship. Actually, I believe it's the fastest ship. If it's not, it's damn close. And I got my speed boost up, and I'm doing 46-ish knots. I don't think any ship beats that. I think with flags it's capable of 48. For the clan battles that I did with it, I actually ran the upgrade module for speed boost, and that gave me like a couple of minutes of it, which is kind of nice for positioning or repositioning. You can zip around. You can also almost outrun torpedoes dropped from CVs, especially if you're kiting away. And here we go. We see the Des Moines. I'm going to take a couple shots at him with HE. Kind of hoping he stays this angle because I'm going to switch to AP. And of course, the minute I switch to AP, he turns in on me. It's coming pretty close to me. You'll notice I did not send those torps on the prediction line. I sent them off to his right. I had a 50-50 chance here that he would turn one way or the other. and just kind of lucky here. He's getting greedy. He thinks the Shima's going to be an easy kill, and it should be. If I was a smoke Khab, which I would never be, although I did play one in a clan battle, you know, maybe I could have smoked and he could have radared and got me, but at that distance and my, you know, the health that I had, it was going to be an interesting battle for him. If he showed more broadside, I surely would have punched him with AP. Ooh, excuse me. Man, every time I record one of these videos, I sit here and I yawn like it's midnight and I'm ready to go to bed. So, I'm going to move into the B cap. The red team has moved into the C cap. We do have a ship advantage right now. Our Kerfurs was able to take care of the enemy Shima. But he pays pretty high cost for that engagement. And again, I didn't really pay attention to how that came about, whether he was chasing the Shima was chasing him, what the story was. But anyways, my division mates got the Benson, probably hydroed, I would guess. And the Benson's back around this island. Doesn't realize I can see him. I managed to land a couple shots, reset the cap, and let him know that he's not welcome in that cap. And our Kerfurs goes down to Shima Torps. Or are those Benson Torps? You know, I didn't actually notice that. Actually, might have been a Benson Torp. Either way, he goes down. Nah, that would have had to been a Shima because of the distance. So, yeah, he went down to flooding. So now it's myself. The Benson does manage to take out our Hindi. So, yeah. We're down about 130 points. They are taking C. I'm trying to push up, see if I can either reset the cap or preferably, since game's almost over, preferably kill the Benson, who is somewhat low. I should surely be able to outgun. And I get spotted. And I spot the Kerfurs. Not who I was hoping to run into. So we'll put some HE out. See if we can get a fire. And we're lucky enough to get one. I also preemptive torped. I have no idea if he's going to stay straight line or turn out or stop or has Hydra up. But I put my torps out. He was also 3k out of my torp range when I launched him. So again, just kind of putting him out there, forcing him to turn, forcing him to take evasive maneuvers, maybe getting a lucky hit, who knows. Now at this point, I believe he repaired my first fire, and he's now taking torpedoes with flooding as well as another fire. So he's done. He's gonna have to call it a day. So now it's me and the Benson, and there's one thing we don't have a lot of, and that is time. Benson has 51 seconds or 50 seconds to kill me and or stop one of the caps, but he literally needs to kill me. Yamato in chat is saying good job and thanks for the carry. He's directing that towards me. Glad I could help out. Had a few games earlier that didn't go so well, so it's always nice when you have a great result like this game. Unfortunately, although I get a glimpse of them here, I'm not going to be able to get my crack in. As you can see, 159,000, 4 kills, 10 resets, and 2 caps, 2 solo caps. Always good for XP. And then, as you can see, my base XP is 2911. Nearest competitor is 1820 on my team. Red team Shima did well, as did the Benson, as did I didn't see what the third one was. 37,000 in AP damage and 85,000, or is it 65,000? 65,000 in HE, 2 torpedo hits, and 29,000 in flooding and fire. So overall, a great game. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and all that other stuff.